Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I am going to show you guys how to make these DIY upcycled candles from old candles that you no longer use. So first what you're going to need is an old pot that you use strictly for just like crafting or candle making or anything like that. So what you're going to do is place the pot on the stove, of course, and pour about 2 cups of water into the pot and just turn it on medium high. And you just want to wait for the water to simmer. It doesn't have to be boiling, but just make sure that there's some steam coming up from the water. The next thing you're going to need are 2 candles that you no longer use or that you're running low on. So I'm using these 2 candles that I've had for a long time and they've just kind of been taking up space. So what I'm going to do is obviously take off the top of the candle, and I am just going to place both of those candles inside of the water. And you're just going to leave that in there until the wax is melted. So what I like to do is take either a spoon or just like a wooden stick or anything that you have, and I kind of like poke around at the wax a little bit and kind of try to like break it up. This actually just speeds up the time of the candle melting. You can just let it sit there, but I prefer to just kind of like poke around at it and stir it up a little. And you want to just do this gently, that way the wax doesn't splash up at you. And also make sure that you're being really careful because this is obviously very, very hot. Once the wax is all melted, you just want to take out the wick and set it aside, or in my case, just kind of put it in the pot. And then after that, you are going to take the pot off of the burner and let it cool for just a couple seconds. So what I'm going to use to recycle my candle is a mason jar. This one is actually just like a smaller one that we got from the store. And what's good about the steam rising around the candle is that it makes all of the labeling come off, which is awesome because we are going to be using the old candle jars for something else later. So I'm just taking off those labels, and what you're going to do is take a candle wick. You can get these from any craft store, and you're just going to dip that into the hot wax and place it on the bottom of your mason jar. You could also use a hot glue gun if you'd want to, but I just prefer using the wax. So I'm just going to hold that there for a couple seconds until it feels a little bit more stable. And then next I'm going to take one of the jars of candle wax and I'm going to pour that in. I used a cloth around it because it was still pretty hot, and I'm just going to pour that in gently while kind of holding up the candle wick. And then after that, you are going to place that in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes, or you can also place it in the freezer if you'd like to speed up the time a little bit, but I just go ahead and put this in the fridge. So once the wax is hardened, you might have to reheat your other jar of wax a little bit. So after you have done that, you just want to pour the rest of your wax over the hardened part of your candle. And then I kind of just maneuver the wick around just a little bit just to make sure everything's straight. And then I'm going to place that in the fridge for a few minutes for it to harden as well. Now that we have our hardened candle, I am just going to take some twine to add a little bit more decoration to the jar. You could also hot glue some rhinestones onto your jar. You could decorate it any way you want. I just used twine because that's what I had on me. So I am just tying a bow around the top of the candle jar and just kind of maneuvering it how I'd like it. And then I am just taking a pair of scissors and cutting off the excess twine towards the bottom. And then your candle is all finished. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the wick. And then I'm going to take a lighter and light my candle. This makes such a perfect gift. It is so easy to make, and it's a great way to save space when you're wanting to get rid of old candles that you no longer use. And what I like about it too is that it gives a vintage feel with the twine, and it kind of has like that rusticness to it, and yeah. And also what's cool about putting it in a mason jar is that you can just put the lid on top and it makes it look really cute. So next I'm going to show you guys what you can do with your empty candle jars. What I like to do is clean off all the residue and the wax, and you can use this for anything. I like to put cotton pads in it for my makeup. You can also put in rings and use it as a jewelry holder, and I think this looks really, really pretty with the lid. Or you could even take hair accessories like bobby pins, hair ties, or hair clips and just put it on your vanity. And just like that, you have your own DIY upcycled candle and some extra storage for any hair accessories or makeup accessories or whatever you'd like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!